Okay, it is day 7. We are in Great Falls, Montana. It's about 5:30 in the morning, and we are getting ready to head out to Glacier National Park. Christina just took the loading cart back in, and it looks like it's going to be another beautiful day. This is the Comfort Inn in Great Falls, Montana, where we stayed last night. Here's Christina coming out. She has a boat trip scheduled for 10 o'clock this morning at Grand Rapids, so we're leaving 4 hours to get there. Car is all packed up and holding up, and this is day 7. Talk to you later. It's now almost 8 o'clock in the morning, Montana time, and we are approaching Glacier National Park. We're about 25-30 minutes outside the park, and as I mentioned, Christina has a boat ride scheduled at 10 o'clock, and we will go from there to explore the park. Here we are inside Glacier National Park, and this is the Rising Sun boat dock where Christina is going to be taking her boat tour. There's a bunch of these all over the place. There's some kids playing over here by the water, and very nice day. It's an hour and a half tour on the boat, and then will come right back here. All right, so it's about 3:30 on day 7 of our trip from Florida to Washington State. We are in West Glacier, Montana, and we are staying at this cute little lodge, which I think you were staying right in that room there on the ground floor. But here's the lodge. Our key entrance code didn't work, so Christina had to drive down to the lodge office to get it reset, because our cell phones don't work here because there's no cell phone reception. Anyhow, this is where we're staying tonight. We had a glorious day in the park, huge park. Here comes Christina coming up the driveway, hopefully with a solution to getting us in the door. Anyhow, we spent the whole day on the main road that goes through the park from the east side to the west side. It's called Going Up to the Sun, and what a terrific road. Very scenic, very pretty, and we had a great day. Christina had fun on her boat trip, and we stopped at various places along the way, had a great time, and now we're going to settle in for the evening. Hey there, it's Dr. Mort Orman, and it's the end of day 7, and I'm sitting here at the lodge where we're staying in West Glacier, Montana, and this is the time when I review a part of this book, Life 101. And yesterday I reviewed a good part of the 4th section of the book, which is called Advanced Tools for Learners. Today I'm going to address last part of that part 4, and where it talks about 2 very important skills or skill sets. Now let me ask you a question. Do you know the 2 most important skill sets you can have to be effective in life? The 2 most important skill sets that will make all the difference in the world in the quality of your life, in what kind of things you're able to accomplish, in whether you're able to do great things or not, and also whether you're going to have a lot of problems or not have a lot of problems in your life. And I can tell you that in my life, until I was in my mid-30s, I was not very good at these 2 skill sets. I did not have them developed, and my life kind of was a representation of that. You really couldn't count on me in those days. I really wasn't doing a lot of stuff. It wasn't that great, the stuff that I was doing, but I decided I was going to do something about those 2 skills, and I spent 2 full years every day working on those 2 skill sets, every single day. And when I finished that process and had strengthened those skill sets, both of them, The last 40 years of my life have been unbelievably different. I mean, I have been so much more productive. I have been able to do so many more things and create things and accomplish things and have a quality of life that I never dreamed possible. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that I put in the work to develop those two skill sets. Would you like to know what they are? They're talked about in this book in the last part of part 4. And those two skill sets are the ability to give your word and keep it, and the ability to have discipline. And that's what they talk about. Now, you may have heard about both of these, but there's some very powerful insights about them. Giving your word and keeping it, almost any time you make an agreement with anybody, you're really making an agreement with yourself. It's really going to boil down to, are you strong enough to give your word and keep it and fend off all the kinds of things that are going to come up that may get in the way and may pull you off of accomplishing that goal. And trust me, lots of stuff comes up. And you need to have the muscle to combat them and to be able to do whatever it is you said you were going to do. Now, of course, sometimes you have to renegotiate. Things come up where you can't fulfill a promise or something like that. But the question is, on a daily basis, with big things and little things that you say you're going to do, when you give your word, does it happen? How often does it not happen? When I worked on these two skills, every single day I made a promise to myself that I was going to do something. And every single day I did it, no matter what came up in my life. And lots of stuff came up. None of it ever stopped me during those 2 years. And as a result of that process, I developed an entirely new capacity within myself to give my word and keep it that has never gone away ever since then. And I've been working on that, continue to work on that on a regular basis. The second thing, discipline. Discipline is not about punishment. Here comes Christina now. Discipline is about you, again, setting an intention, setting a target, saying you're going to do something, wanting to do something, and then moving through whatever stuff comes up, whatever emotions come up, whatever circumstances come up, whatever the weather is, whatever your boss tells you got to do, whatever your wife or your husband or your kids want to do. It's having that ability to have the discipline to move through whatever comes up, not get distracted by a zillion things, and whatever it is that you focused on or said you were going to do. And it's really about focus, the ability to focus and do what you said you were going to do, and cut out all the distractions, cut out all the excuses, cut out all the things that would stop you from doing that. When you develop those two skills, which again I said I worked on daily for 2 full years before I really got good at it, then your whole life will change, and your ability to do things and accomplish things will grow tremendously. So I just wanted to share those two skill sets with you that are talked about in the book, and I invite you to work on them yourself and to become very, very good at both of them. This is Dr. Orman. Talk to you tomorrow.